We got to talk some Alabama recruiting because yesterday on three's Hayes Fawcett reported that five-star linebacker Xavier Griffin is ready to make a decision. Well, he'll be ready on June 29th. We got a couple finalists. We got Alabama, Florida State, Ohio State, and Texas. But Steve, how do you see this recruitment shaping up?
Well, heading into a wave of summer official visits, I like where Alabama stands, and my on3 RPM now reflects that. Logged the prediction in favor of the Crimson Tide, the relationship with Coach Robinson, proximity to home, the love he's had for Alabama, the SEC family in Tuscaloosa, Alabama competitive with off field opportunities for their football players. I think that they're setting the tone in the recruitment for Xavier Griffin, but it's going to be a dogfight to June 29th. He's at Ohio State this weekend. The Buckeyes are a program that's always kind of lied in the weeds and been one to watch for Xavier Griffin. He's got a great relationship with the coaching staff at Florida State, feels very comfortable around them. We know they're armed from an NIL capacity. And then Texas, heartbreak you for some of these programs last cycle as they went on the finish with the number one class in the country. There's a time where five-star Justice Terry looked like he was headed to Georgia. He ends up picking Texas at the end of his process. The Longhorns are in an interesting position here too. He's got some representation from Austin that went to school at Texas. There's a lot of excitement around the Longhorns program, what they've been able to accomplish on the field, where they're going as a program, the way they develop their players, the opportunities that their players have on and off the field. He's got some great options, some great opportunities from these programs. But Alabama is a place that he's always kind of been able to see himself flourishing with the coaching staff he loves, in a campus setting and city that he's comfortable in. So I think Alabama's the one setting the tone right now.
Sounds like it could be a cold summer in Tuscaloosa. You got any more of those five-star forecasts for Bama fans?
Well, we got a couple that I've already logged, right? You got running back Xavier Crowell. You got receiver Cedarian Morgan. Still like where Alabama stands with both of them. Alabama's in the thick of it for some of the best wide receivers in the country. Three of the top five. Tristan Keys, number one receiver in the country, committed to LSU right now, but he's going to get back to Alabama for an official visit this summer. Continues to have regular dialogue with Coach Shepard and the Crimson Tide staff, and he's got a keen eye on Alabama. And then Ethan Booby Feaster visits this weekend out of the Lone Star State. LSU is where my on3 RPM is, but there's been rising buzz around both Alabama and Texas A&M. He visited the Aggies 3 times this spring, so they're certainly one to watch. But Alabama is a program with the track record at wide receiver with Jamarcus Shepard, and then just historically. And then Ryan Williams, seeing the success he had in year one, was a lot of went into his decision to reclassify himself, and seeing the success that Ryan Williams was able to have in year one as a reclass is just another log on the fire for Alabama for Ethan Booby Feaster.
Who else on this Bama recruiting board do you feel good about, Steve?
Yeah, well, one more on 3 RPM that I already have logged in favor of Alabama right now is on 300 tight end Max Suter. He's looking at a few other schools, Ole Miss, Penn State, Ohio State, to name Illinois, certainly, to name a couple of those other programs in the mix. But I continue to like where Alabama stands, and my on 3 RPM has not changed. They're hoping to make a big move with five-star safety Jet Washington this weekend. He's back for a third time on an official visit. Five-star corner Brandon Arrington comes on June 13th. There's been times where Alabama has looked like one of the front runners for Brandon Arrington in his process. So he's another five-star to kind of keep on the list. And then Anthony Tank Jones, the number one player in the state per on3, five-star edge rusher out of Mobile, Alabama. I have not predicted the Crimson Tide, but I would give them the inch in this recruitment. He's at Miami this weekend. Oregon and Texas A&M can't be slept on. He was at Auburn last weekend, but Alabama has always been one of his favorites. So when you talk about the names that we just mentioned regarding Alabama, if they can close the majority of those guys, which is certainly very feasible, it could be Alabama, Kalen DeBoer and company signing the On3 Industries number one ranked recruiting class in 2026.